Hey guys, how are you? I'm Jay, and today we're looking at a damn handsome Benchmade Mini Freek, model number 565. So we're going to start talking about some of the features, then we will look at what I like about this knife and some of the potential deal breakers. Now make sure you guys stick around until the end, because I will display on the screen the full specs for you. This is the Benchmade Mini Freek, which happens to be the little brother or sister to the much larger full-size Freek. It's a manual action axis lock with a blade that is riding on bronze washers, and deployment is accomplished with either the thumb studs you see here or by just actuating the axis lock itself. There is an external stop pin, and it just so happens to be adjustable. Now, the blade itself is about 3 inches long, 2.6 millimeter thick, and that's going to be good old CPM S30V blade steel, so great stuff. Handle is 4 inches, giving the Mini Freek just a fantastic blade to handle ratio. Thickness of that handle is definitely over a ½ inch at 0.59, and now the closed width, so how much room that this guy is going to take up in your pocket? Only 1.18 inches, so that is just excellent. If we flip this over, you can see, guys, for the most part, it is closed construction. I guess we could call that partial with the back spacer. Let me go ahead and I'm going to grab the scale. Let's see how much this is going to weigh you down. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. Wow, very good, 2.6 ounces, which is going to be roughly the equivalent of only 3 AA batteries. That's fantastic. Now, before I bring in some other knives to compare with, I just want to show you guys if you can see the inside. So part of that reason they're able to keep that weight so low is that it has just these small partial steel liners on the inside. Let's bring in a couple knives. We're going to start with the Kershaw Skyline, and this is going to be the dividend. What's another good one, guys? Ooh, Spyderco Native 5, and let's do one more. The Lion Steel SR2. All right, let's go ahead and just talk about a couple of the features that I really like about this Mini Freek, and we're going to start with the blade, which happens to be, it's a flat ground drop point with a really nice stonewash finish, and the blade shape is commonly compared to this is the Doug Ritter Griptilian, by far my favorite Griptilian out of them all. But you can see the similarities in the blade shape. I also really like the colors that they went with. The black and gray scales, and they even went so far as used black hardware as well, so that all just blends in very nicely. Now the action here is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, this thing, it folds shut like right out of the box, which is fantastic. I really like that what Benchmade did was they scaled down these thumb studs to match the proportions of the knife. So I'm going to bring out the full-size Freek again. These thumb studs are about 4.18 millimeters. These are 5.24 millimeters. I know we're not talking about, I mean, it's just minuscule amounts of millimeters, but it's just that attention to the detail that they did scale down these thumb studs. The centering on my example is actually just about perfect. And of course, since this having the axis lock, it is God, just a good time to fondle this thing. I really have a hard time putting this guy down. Now, of course, the grip here is very, very comfortable. I mean, you know, the scales, they're rubber. Excuse me, pardon me, Versaflex. But yes, very, very comfortable. Also, the traction is just excellent. Maybe too much? I don't know. That's for you to decide. The jimping. There is some of that. You can see here on the thumb ramp, on the handle spine, and underneath here, kind of where your index finger would go. To be honest, I really don't think that the jimping is really necessary here. It's kind of like wearing like suspenders and a belt with your pants. Yeah, I don't think it's really needed. The balance is absolutely perfect, right where it should be on the Mini Freek. Now, this is actually one of the very, very rare occasions, you're never ever going to hear me say this again. I am glad that there is a lanyard hole, because it really adds a little bit more length to this handle. You guys see that? Yeah, I mean, I can fit all 4 of my fingers, and I wear like, what, about medium size glove. There is a sharpening choil. You guys see that? Yeah, very, very pronounced sharpening choil. The weight, of course, 2.5 ounces. Excellent. The price, $106 for this guy. Now, it's not terrible, it's not great, but it's not terrible. $95, absolutely. Free? Heck yeah. $106, you know, I don't know. Now, unfortunately, guys, I've got to talk about some of the potential deal breakers, and I'm going to start out with, well, this split arrow clip. It looks absolutely ridiculous on this knife. I mean, look at the amount of room that clip takes up. I don't get, especially since it's the same exact clip that's on the full-size Freek. I mean, they scaled down the thumb studs to match proportions, but they threw on the exact same clip. Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense to me, I mean, whatsoever. For $106, this should come with a bug out clip, like you see here on my, actually put it on my 4A. But it should come with that clip. And why, Benchmade, why not just ship this thing out with the deep carry clip like you see here? Why is it that we have to call or email and then you send it out to us for free anyway? Wouldn't it just make more sense? Wouldn't it be cheaper if they just, you know, from the factory it came with the deep carry clip? I don't know. And probably the most talked about potential deal breaker, well, being the handle material. I mean, you're looking at the gray Grivory and black Versaflex. I mean, it really does. It makes this very difficult to like rapidly insert this or remove it for your pocket. I mean, it definitely gets hung up on your pants material. Which is going to take us into, well, my recommendation. And I got to say, as a user, which is definitely what this knife should be classified as, it really is a good one to buy. I mean, are there other, I don't know, kind of harder use knives out there with similar blade steel? Absolutely. But not one that is this comfortable or this lightweight and at this price point. So I guess at $106, sure, yeah, why not? Go ahead and get one. I mean, it really is. The action is incredible. It has good material. And the price is okay. Go ahead, why not? Guys, that's all I got for you today. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Don't go away because you should be looking at the specs right now. Maybe pause and read. Thanks again, you guys, and I will see you at the next video. Hey, you guys take care, okay?